Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night team Zoom every Monday night. This is Julie White from Pennsylvania, and I'm so glad that you can join us tonight. We are so excited about these weekly team Zooms. One of our big goals with our team Zoom is to be able to relate to one another, to develop community, and of course, to learn more about LifeVantage and help each other on our LifeVantage journey. But welcome, welcome. Do we have anybody new on here tonight? Any people for their very first time on here? If not, we just thank you all for joining. And I know there are some new people joining our team, so we are excited to introduce them when they can get on here. I know some people are watching the recordings, but I'm going to turn a little time over tonight to one of our great team leaders, Debbie Packard. She is a Pro 5, and now she is I think it's an MC2. Is that right, Debbie?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and we love Debbie. She just has such a great heart and a lot of integrity. So she's going to take over for our recognition time here, Debbie.
Thank you, Julie. I am so glad to be here with all of you. And I, with Julie, am just excited to get to know everyone a little better. I love these team times. And I know that many of you will agree with me that we learn about heart from Julie. I've been so grateful to have her leading the way in our LifeVantage team. So thank you, Julie, for everything you do for all of us. And first of all, besides that, I just want to recognize all of you. Thanks for coming. Again, I said this last week, and I may say it every week, but it's not a small thing that you have joined this meeting tonight. It means that you are making time for your business and making time for the team side of it to learn and grow together. And that is such an important piece. It really helps us stay engaged when we are connecting with others who are doing the same thing and who are like-minded. So way to go. Thank you so much for being here. The second thing I want to recognize is everyone who is registered for Activate 2023. It is coming up in, is it 6 days, 5 days, 5 days from now is Activate 2023 on Saturday. It's going to be so amazing. So if you are registered for Activate 2023, I want you to write the word activate in the chat. Let us see everyone who is registered for that event. And then if you are planning to attend a watch party for that event, I want you to also write party in the chat. Who all is going to be attending, at least watching that event with at least one more person, whether you are hosting a group in your house or going to a meeting where others are going to be. Let's see how many are going to be together. Woo-hoo! Coming to the watch party in Kansas City. Lee's Summit. Yeah, we all call it Kansas City. Who else is going to be? Oh, and always a party. My Lissa, way to go. Husband and dogs. Victoria, I love that. Your hubby and the dogs that makes a party, in my opinion. That's great. My brings a party, and my Lissa is the life of the party always. I love seeing all those entries in our chat. Activate 2023. If you have not yet made plans to watch that event, if you haven't registered yet, do so. This is going to be a game changer in our business. I think we're going to be hearing about new science that will blow our minds. That's what I keep hearing. It's going to blow our minds when we hear what the collagen and Protandim Nrf2 do together in a study. And so that's going to be amazing. I hear we have a new product coming out, just new news. And what is the point in running a business if we don't know what's going on? So make sure you're there. Make sure you got someone with you to watch it, and take your notebook. Don't forget that piece of it. If you're in the Kansas City area, we're having an opportunity presentation for the hour before the watch party. So that will be just an added bonus. Who all is registered for Global? Raise your hand if you're registered for Global. Some of you are not, we can't see you. But oh, there's someone that we can see. Raise your hands up if you want to put Global in the chat. Global is going to also be phenomenal. For one thing, it's going to be in San Antonio. Never been there. I can't wait. I've been wanting to go to San Antonio for so long. So we have some exciting things coming up. Lastly, I want to recognize everyone who's done or participated in a third-party validation this week. Since our last meeting, everyone who participated in some way in a third-party validation, put a 3 in the chat. Put a 3 in there. Oh, look at that. Look, how fun. 333. I did. I'm going to put one. Wow, this is great, y'all. Cindy, Renee, Julie, Renee again. Oh, you put a pound sign and then you put a 3. I love that. Good job. Yay. Well, we're going to hear from some of those. We've been talking about third-party validation. Renee did such a remarkable job. Jody, way to go. Last week, that training, man, that training was amazing. I just so appreciated everything that Renee put into presenting that for us. And so we're growing together in this. Julie, I'm going to turn it back to you and hear what you have for us next.
Thank you so much, Debbie. That was awesome. And yes, that was such a great training last week. And we so appreciate Renee and the great training that she does for us. And so we do want to take a few minutes for people to have the opportunity to share an experience that they had this past week with a three-way call. Before we do that, while you're just getting your thoughts together about that, I want to share my screen just real quick here. Because I want everyone to just be super aware of what some of the things are that we're focusing on with our new Evolve plan. And I know we have a lot of, wonderful recognition titles here on our team. I know, we have some diamonds, sapphires, emeralds, onyx. But I just want everyone to be super focused on this because I know there's some new people that might not realize exactly how this works. So this right here, you can see the various recognition titles and what the requirements are. So for the Onyx, you have to have the 500 in customer sales volume. And the customer sales volume is just that. It's just your personal customers and whatever volume their order is. It does not include your own personal order. So you want to make sure that you're working. If you haven't reached the 500 yet, you can do three-way calls, third-party validation to help you get there. That's a great way to work towards that goal. So, and when you reach that, you not only get, the customer bonus at the beginning of the month, but when you reach the 500, you're going to get an extra 5% at the end of the month. And then when you reach the emerald, which is 1,000 to 1,999, you're going to get 10%. The sapphires 15, and wow, the diamond is where we're all heading, and that's 20 extra percent. So we can really earn a lot of money, extra income with these recognition titles. So I just want everybody to be aware of that. And then also the other thing for new people, and you can look more closely at this or ask your enroller about the consultant bonuses, because we have some great bonuses here that are available for your first 90 days or your first full 3 calendar months. So we have, when you get your first 3 customers that have at least 100 sales volume in their order, you're going to get an extra $50. And then with consultants, that's another $50. When you rank advance to senior consultant 1, you make $100. And then there's an accelerator bonus. Achieve any of these above, and you're going to get another $50. So there's just some great things there for people to take advantage of. So I wanted everybody to be aware of that. And one other quick thing, and that is we have this special bonus that we've had for a while now called MVP. So with the MVP bonus, what it is, the first part of it, when you have 3 personally enrolled consultants that have enrolled since January of 2021, and they have a 200 volume of customers, then you are going to get an extra $100, and then it goes on from there. But what I want to tell everybody, because I wasn't quite understanding this myself, I knew that in order to qualify for this, you have to have a 40 sales volume personal order. So that would be like a bottle of Protandim, I think is like 42. So if you don't have that personal order, you're not going to qualify, even if your consultants have the 200 in volume. So, and not only do you have to have it, but they also have to have it. So we've kind of gotten away from a little bit, some people have gotten away from personal orders. So I want to encourage everybody to go back to at least having a personal order of 40, so that everybody can qualify for this MVP bonus. Any questions about that? Questions or comments about that? Okay, so with that, I want to take some time for people to share. We love to hear from everybody, and it really adds value. I know last week, Kate Jordan shared about her experience with a three-way call, and we want to give opportunity for anybody else to share their experience with a three-way call. Honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the best ways to grow your business. It's something that I've always done. I use three-way calls a lot of times, even they're great initially when you're first making contact with someone, but they're also great for just reinforcement and answering questions. And the third-party validation is just very, very powerful. So is there someone that would like to share an experience with a three-way call tonight? Just going to open up the time for
Yes, I will. Joanne.
Joanne. Joanne
Yeah.
is an amazing consultant, and she is from Pennsylvania. I love Joanne. I've had opportunity to work with Joanne over the past several years, and she is very health conscious, and she is very, very healthy for her age. And she does three-way calls. So Joanne, what did you want to share about your three-way?
Well, I want to thank you for doing it with me, Julia. My three-way call was to friends in Myerstown. And the man, he likes the juice. He forgets to take his NRF too. Well, wasn't Julia cute on what she said to him when he said, we put our salt and pepper and I forget to take the Life Vantage because we put it in the cupboard and I never see it, so I forget to take it. So Julie told him to take the salt and pepper and the Protandim out and then put it in the cupboard when he takes it as he eats. Well, this was funny. It was cute what you said. Anyway, it really, really worked. He has osteoporosis, became very concerned, and then Julie, of course, let him know that the collagen and the NRF2 really helps. So that was interesting. So now I'm printing out the information because that's what they wanted. And I'm going to be seeing them, and I know that they will be ordering because they're that type of people, but I have to follow up. I found follow up really means something. So thank you, Julia. And by the way, I want to tell you about a testimonial about me. I was on, I had a very bad not yeast. I had a very bad infection for 4 months. Did not know what it was. Thought it was sinus. Here it was a tooth. They had to pull it. And I was on 3 antibiotics for all that time. Never got yeast infection. So I was talking with Jackie. I said, Jackie, does these products that LifeVantage has stop yeast infection? She said, oh, yes. She said, it really helps. So I never got the yeast infection. I was on 3 of them.
Wow.
One right after the other.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Joanne. So
You're
Joanne does
welcome.
a lot of three-way calls, and she finds it really helpful. So thank you, Joanne. Thanks for sharing your testimony. We're so glad that you are helping people have better health and that you have such good health yourself.
Yeah,
Anybody
thank you.
else like to share? Anybody else? There must be somebody that wants to share. We want to
Well,
get to know everybody. Okay.
I'll tell you something it's not exactly a three-way call. I kind of cheated a little bit, but and this is a little bit negative, but we'll see what you think. So I have a sister who's 4 years older than I. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But she is really not taking a very nutritional route in her life, I guess I'll say. So I have presented to two people this week who knew both of us, and I'm 71, so 4 years. But there's a huge physical age gap, I guess I'll say. And that's our choices and what we've done in life. So both of those people, I'm pretty sure one of them's going to sign up for taking one of the stacks, is what I'm encouraging her to do, because she's had a lot of joint, I think she's having hip replacement already, and she's not 50 yet, I don't think. And the other is my former brother-in-law. So I think in just seeing what the difference between what our products do for somebody, even though it wasn't a three-way per se, it was something that motivated them to look at it at least and say, hey, Cindy's doing okay for being in her 70s and more than okay. And these products are really helping her. So maybe I better take a look at it too. So that may be a mean thing, I don't know. But anyway, I used it.
Well, Cindy, thanks for sharing. And I must say, I think I see a difference in your skin probably from taking the collagen. Your skin looks really nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Anybody else want to share?
Debbie asked me to share, but Debbie, I mean, you made it sound like it was a specific one. Are you just talking about my original or just third party validation phone calls in general?
I just saw that you put a 3 up there for third party.
Okay,
And so I just thought,
that's
if you've
what I
got a
wanted to
short
know.
story to share, I would love for you to share it.
I don't, I just am so appreciative. I think that it took me a little bit to really, as a matter of fact, I think when David and Lena reached out to me, like in my first couple months, so this is probably January or February, and they said, how are you doing with the third party validation? I was like, I Googled it. I said, what do they mean? I'm like, I didn't even have a clue. I'm like, what do you mean? And so when I realized just the blessing of you guys and just the team of just your willingness to jump on phone calls and that I didn't have to know everything, what a joy that's been. I mean, it's just been so powerful. So I can't even begin to count how many times I've used, just different people, and Julie's done that, and David and Lena have done it, and Jackie's done it. And it's been so crazy helpful. So I think that I was really intimidated that, I was asking for too much. And that's why I always say that, I think that all of our, whatever we come up to, emerald or, sapphire or diamond or whatever, it's never just one of us, it's all of us together, because it really does take that third party. It just shifts the belief. Always a third party does. So I've just been thankful. So
That's awesome, Jody. I love your porch. Are you sitting on your porch? It
I
looks
am.
Pretty.
so beautiful. I was wondering what your shirt says.
Oh, I think, I don't remember. I think it says not to spoil the ending, but everything's going to be all right.
Oh, that's cute. Well, you made some really good points, Jody. One of the points that you shared that I think is so valuable is that, you don't have to know everything. That's one of the really awesome things about, the three-way calls, because you don't have to know things to get started. Some people spend so much time just, getting ready to get ready. And then it's like they never feel ready. So it kind of puts them, it's like they're kind of locked and they don't really get going. So that's the beauty of it, just relying, on your mentor, your enroller, your team to help you. And you learn so much when you listen to the advisor sharing on the three-way call. So, I mean, that is like super, super helpful. I really appreciate you bringing that point out.
Julie, can I say a little something?
Absolutely, Renee.
So it's summertime. Remember when you were a kid, the first time you either got the courage to jump in or were pushed into the deep end of the pool? Was the idea of going off the deep end, all the anxiety, really worth what happened when you got in the water? It was pleasurable, right? It wasn't a horrific experience. Hopefully you knew how to swim. but that initial jump can be, and the thought of it is so much more, there's so much more anxiety than actually doing it. This is jumping in. This is going into the deep end. This is both feet or your head or belly flop into the deep end. And one thing, and once you start doing this, you have these aha moments like Renee Parker did 10 years ago, because she was a little hotshot sales lady. Nobody was going to tell her how to do it, right? What do you mean? You don't have sales experience and you want to do a three-way for me? I mean, that was sort of where I was, y'all. Like, I can do this. Why do I? Because I came from a background, and some of us do, many of us do, where if we have to ask for help for every time we do our job, every time, how long are we going to have that job? So we're not, right? We're going to be released from that job. So we come up in the professional world, in that world, where you've got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. The idea of asking for someone to assist you is rare. It's weird, right? To even do it. No. I can do it. So we have to rethink that, because here in LifeVantage especially, this three-way connects you and someone else with your prospect in a way that nothing else on the planet does. And Jody, I heard you mention your upline and your upline and your upline. Guys, and that's great. You don't have to be somebody's upline, because Carla Joy is on the phone. You still there on the Zoom? I'm going to be doing there she is. I'm going to be doing a three-way call for Carla tomorrow. And we are cousins in this. She has no connection to me as far as upline, downline. We're just cross-line cousins. So it's okay to reach out to someone who isn't necessarily above you to help you with building this as well. Go jump in the pool, y'all.
Thanks for that. Yeah, that's such a good point. I mean, you and Jody both mentioned, you don't know how many times I get calls from people and they're like, oh, I'm really sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. I don't want to bother you, and yada, yada. And when I started, this is the way it works. We support each other. It's totally different, like Renee was just sharing. So don't ever hesitate, because you're not bothering anybody. This is what we do. This is what we want to do. It's how we serve. It's how we work together. So don't ever hesitate to call people. Don't ever think that, you're going to be bothering them, or maybe they're too busy, whatever. So I just encourage you to be we call it the squeaky wheel. Squeaky wheel is an important part of the business. You need to be able to reach out and do this with your team. So
is it okay to reach out on the LifeTree Signal group to say, hey, I need a third party?
I wouldn't see why not. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You have
Actually,
something?
What's
Oh,
that?
sorry, Julie.
what?
I thought you were trying to say something, Julie, and I know Bonnie had something she was going to say too.
Okay.
Yes, I thought if I could jump in on a success story with a three-way call. not long after I got involved with LifeVantage, I'm in Renee's downline. I kept telling my sister-in-law, who is Kate Jordan, about these products and what they could do. And I wanted her to hear from Jackie Shepherd about it. I said, my husband really doesn't like this whole idea. And she would say, well, let me talk to him. Would it be all right if I talked to him? And I'm like, I just couldn't think of a way to ask my husband if she could hear from Jack, if Jackie Shepherd could talk to her. But anyway, I got Jackie on the phone with Kate and explaining what Protandim does, and also talked about Biogen, the study that was done with Tecfidera, and how Protandim did better with MS flare-ups than Tecfidera. And so anyway, later, a few months later, my husband told me, so we had somebody else hearing the story. We had my husband listening in, and so Kate got in the business, and then my husband surprised me by saying he wanted to join the business with me as well.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And I love your purple that you're wearing. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great story and testimony. Thank you for sharing. So anybody else? We have time for maybe one more if there's somebody else that wanted to share that didn't have a chance yet. Anybody else?
I would love to share if nobody else wants to.
Okay, Mai, we love
So,
hearing from you. The life of the party.
I love doing three-way calls in the sense that I get to edify people because of who they are. And it's just like building family. Julie, I remember when we did a three-way call with my new friend, Blossom out of North Carolina. She hasn't joined us yet, but just being able to connect two women, two Christ followers, and just continuing to build that family. So I really enjoy just encouraging one another. And so I'm excited. I don't always do them, but I try my best.
That's awesome, Mai. And you do a great job with three-way calls. And I love it when you call me for them. And it's a lot of fun to do a three-way call. So I just encourage everybody. It's a great way to build your business. I want to thank you all for just sharing your experiences and your stories tonight. It was very, very encouraging. Also, I just wanted to let everybody know that the teaching that Renee did last week, she has a PDF that she shared on Signal. And Renee, maybe you could also drop it in the chat for anybody that missed it, because it's just a great thing to keep on hand to just kind of remind you the main points of the three-way calls. So I encourage you to do that. And so
it's there, and it's a quick reference. If you watched last week, there was a lot. So to make it easier for you guys, it's sort of condensed into sort of just a little PDF that you can download as a quick reference for three-way calls and validation. It's already in the chat.
thank you so much, Renee. And now I'm going to turn some time over to Mai, because she's going to just share upcoming announcements and events with us. And so you might want to jot some of these down, put them on your calendar. So Mai, are you ready for that? We love
Yes,
Mai.
I am ready. And I had to share my new shirt. Look at, can
Let
you
me
see
see.
it?
Wow.
It says, "You glow, girl."
That's awesome, Renee. We love you being the life of the party. And we love you being in Team Lifetree for sure. You're amazing.
Well, I am going to share some announcements with you. If you're not receiving the Momentum Monday email, I'm just going to bring it up if that's okay. Let's just do
Absolutely.
share screen, host disabled participants, share screen.
Oh, let me see here. Okay, you should be able to now.
Okay. So if you're not receiving this, please reach out to the company to make sure that I received 2 of them, so I can share one with you, but can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the email that came out. So just remember that we do have these 2 great Axio flavors and that we receive a free gift when we order the decaf watermelon mint and the pineapple coconut. So what a great deal. And then a very good deal with our Axio raspberry tea. So that's available. And then soak in the savings. I'm sure you guys have all reviewed this, but if not, if you are not receiving it, make sure that you contact LifeVantage. And then again, Activate 2023 is this Saturday, virtual, but we are going to have a party here in Lee Summit. So we're excited about that. And again, global convention, how exciting that we get to go to, where are we going? San Antonio. I'm going to find out if I can Uber there. So I think that would be a great city to Uber in. So anyway, we're all in for San Antonio. And as a reminder, I'm going to try to bring this up here. If you're not accessing Big Blue is a great tool for us to put our meetings on. So they are doing an all-in San Antonio event where I think it's the 90-day blitz before the event. So talking about blitz, oh my gosh, can you believe it? Friday, we are ringing the closing bell. Have you not heard? We are super excited. So this I pulled up by just doing a quick Google search that we can go on to the live stream of it. So if you have not had an opportunity to check this out, oh man, I'm just going to read this. The NASDAQ, let me go here. The entire LifeVantage team has worked incredibly hard over the past 18 months to make LV360 a reality. This invitation to showcase our achievements before a global audience by ringing the closing bell at NASDAQ further validates the direction we are headed, says Steve Fife, President and Chief Executive Officer. This revolutionary transformation, designed with the opportunity, growth, and success of our consultants in mind, has been well received and is setting the new standard for the direct sales industry. You know, I am so thankful to be a part of LifeVantage, and I was speaking to someone today that is a part of corporate America. And I said to them, I've never been a part of a company so amazing. So I also wanted to mention that I am so excited that we are doing these weekly team calls. And as a reminder that next week we have Dr. Debbie Viglione on, and then the following week we have Lena. So we're working hard, the diamonds, to get this information out to you that you can start inviting. Wait, did I say inviting? So I just want to, I'm just really excited for all of us to work together. We have such an awesome team, and really, you know, God wants us to have life and life more abundantly. And I'm so thankful that we chose to be a part of LifeVantage together. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you, Mai. Can you stop your screen share?
Maybe.
Thank you. You did a great job with the announcements, and we're excited about all the great things coming up. And yes, like Mai said, next week, Dr. Viglione is going to be sharing next Monday, July 24th, is International Self-Care Day. So she's going to be sharing about self-care, and it's an opportunity to invite guests. So that's next Monday. And then the last Monday, we have an extra Monday in July. Lena Meisner and I believe her husband David are going to be doing an opportunity presentation for us to invite guests. So Lena's going to be sharing about the product portion, and David's going to be sharing a little on the business. So there's some great opportunities for you. So with that, guys, if we don't have anything else, I guess we're going to close out for tonight, but we will I'm going to stop the recording and we will stay on for just another 5-10 minutes in case somebody has a question or wants to discuss something. So thank you so much. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for getting on here tonight. And remember, every Monday night, and invite your team people that aren't on here. And if they haven't been able to get on, if they have a conflict, just know that the recording is also going to be available. So thank you all. Thank you everyone for sharing tonight. We just appreciate hearing from each and every one of you. It just is so encouraging to hear everyone's stories. So God bless you all. I'm going to stop the
Thanks
recording.
for coming, everyone.
I just wanted to mention that I do have Darlene East on tonight. I've been working with her, and eventually she will become a consultant, and she has a heart for Africa and is working with an orphanage there. But I just wanted to give a special shout out to Darlene. We're excited. I'm excited that she's on tonight.
Welcome,
That's
Darlene.
Hi,
Welcome,
Darlene.
Darlene.
Glad you could be on here tonight, Darlene.
I have a quick thing, a reminder, guys, you know, Saturday's event is going to be recorded and we'll have access to rewatch for 30 days. So if you have someone in your organization that says, I'm not going to be around Saturday to watch it live, that's the very best reason to go ahead and get this so you can watch it later. I say that because through no fault of my own, my husband's family picked this coming weekend for the family reunion. Can you believe it? They only picked, they did that a year ago. How dare they? So I will be in Jacksonville, Florida, pretending to have a good time. No, we're having a good time. I know, Debbie, the nerve. But because of that, I won't be able to be in Victoria's home with her dogs watching. I won't be able to be with Bonnie or anyone else who's on my team because I will be with my husband's team, his family. But yet I'll be able to watch the replay and watch the replay. So I'll be with you in spirit. So make sure if someone on your team says, well, I've got plans on Saturday, you go, all the more reason to get your ticket so you can watch the replay.
Absolutely.
Can I,
I agree so much, Renee, because I'm going to be at a writing retreat this weekend and I may be able to watch it. I don't know. But if I can't, then I can watch it later. But I can also get I have a distributor who has a hard time getting on these things. So I can Zoom with her and say, okay, now you've got to watch it with me. So I think that's really good
so
advice.
the note about Deb Viglione says 7/17, that's today. Is that the right?
And then I corrected myself, Jerry. You're
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry.
I did put 7/17 and then I went, oops, 7/21, 7/24, Dr. Viglione, 7/31 is Leanna Meisner.
All
Okay.
right, great.
7/21. That's on the team call. Got it.